Congratulations on being part of the season is the sixth season of XL, and coming back for more torture.
That it was.
It definitely gets addicting. You think about it a lot after you get out. While you're there, you're kind of like, what did I get myself into? But once you're done and you get a little food in you, it's like, it wasn't so bad. I'll do it again.
Yeah, but for most of us that watch the show, I mean, I think a grueling experience is not having an ice machine on my floor at the hotel. So,
It's all relative.
what? Yeah, what speaks to you, Gwen? I mean, you're from Alaska. You're a retired police officer. What speaks to you about doing a show like this?
It's a challenge. I love challenges. I like to be able to push myself to the limits and see what I can and can't accomplish. I need to find out what's going to break me in this world.
And Jonathan?
It kind of just I like to turn up the volume once in a while. It really turns up the volume on your senses. It's like, you get a fire going and your water doesn't taste too much like poo today. It's like winning the lottery, and it really makes you feel something.
I have a feeling I wouldn't survive 11 minutes in some of these places. I mean, it is just absolutely hell. So, when you're involved with it, you're hungry, you're dirty, you're naked. Is there a survival sense that kicks in for everyone, or is it just those that are trained to do it?
I think anybody put in that situation, if they truly know that they're in a survival situation, they're going to have the will to survive. It's human nature to be able to survive. That's what we're built for. Knowing that you have the option to tap out makes it a little bit more of a challenge, because at any point you can be like, you know what, I'm done, I'm out, and you have that option. So that creates more of a mental challenge, because in the back of your head that that's actually a legitimate option. You don't have to be there. So to punch through and make it for however many days your challenge is, it really is a mental game.
One of the things I've noticed in interviews with contestants on Naked and Afraid is nobody ever talks about the crew, but these guys are in it with you mostly, aren't they? I mean, it's grueling for them as well.
It is. They have to suffer alongside us in silence as they videotape us 24 hours a day.
It's quite a job, and no one, when they were going to film school, ever said, "Well, I want to do this." We've talked about the afraid part. The naked part also is interesting. How do you undress in front of a bunch of strangers?
The same way it's the same way you undress at home, except there's a bunch of strangers around. And it goes away real quick, because once you're at that point, it's too late. You got to do it. So it's quite an experience, and it's kind of liberating. You should try it.
I will try it next time I'm home with a bunch of strangers and watching Naked and Afraid. This is a big season. What's new in the new season?
John, you want to take that one?
Yeah, I'll take this one. So in this season, there is an option to that as long as it's 2 or more, you can banish people from your groups. They're not out of the challenge, but they have to leave your group, which could be pretty devastating in that condition. And it's just one of the most harsh environments that the show has ever been in. Wildlife is incredibly aggressive over there, and the heat, and the place has been in a 7-year drought at this point, and it's extremely dry, extremely arid. I think somebody described it as magnificently desolate, and I think that was perfect.
Yeah, there are places on South Africa that are less hospitable than Mars, probably.
Truly.
You guys put your heart and soul into this. So in my last minutes with you, when you're done with the competitions, because you guys are both veterans of Naked and Afraid, that few days after you're done, what is that like? I mean, what do you do to kind of decompress from your adventure?
It's like being placed into a time capsule, and you've suddenly launched yourself from caveman days to modern day society, and it takes a little bit of readjustment to get your mind back into modern life.
Yeah, I mean, you're so sensitive to what's around you because you've been in survival mode for so long that, you go to a bar and there's just way too much noise. It's overload. Everything's, it's hard to read. It's hard to pay attention to any one thing at once. and it's the volume's just up on everything, and it's a really wild feeling.
Yeah.
Well, again, congratulations on season 6, on being part of that. All the luck to you. I hope you guys survive, and it's a pleasure talking with you.
You as well. Thank you.